Yeah, it's a great honour to represent New South Wales, considering all the crews that vie for the position, the pride that's in the cap.
It's just a lot of fun. It's a good way to spend a weekend down on the beach, catching some waves, hopefully if it's not too flat, and just having some fun with some friends and just having a good bash in the boat.
Victoria, a proud sporting state. We love the big V. Whether it's footy, cricket, whatever it is, we wear the big V proudly.
Western Australia, because we're geographically so isolated from the rest of Australia, often you can feel like a bit of an underdog. So it's been nice to come over here and wear the colours proud.
Representing racing is as top as it gets. Outside of winning a national title, the best parts of our sport is rep racing.
Welcome back to Stockton Beach for this Chic Hydro Interstate Teams Challenge presented by Lucky Smart Snacks. It is time for the relay. Interstate relay, this is how they will line up. Tasmania in alley number 1, the Vics in 2, New South Wales in 3, Queensland in alley number 4, West Australia in 5, and South Australia will line up in alley number 6. Well, Grant Wilkinson back in the commentary box now. You'll be part of this relay race with the New South Wales Open Men's. What does this race mean for everyone taking part?
This is an absolutely huge race for all the teams. It's the one time that all the crews, regardless of what club you're from, they all get to be part of the one team. The only provision here in the relay is that the open men, the A-grade men, have to anchor it and go last leg. So there's actually quite a lot of tactics will go into this overall event.
So tactically, Wilco, what is New South Wales looking to do in this one?
In short, win. We had a team dinner last night. All the crews sat down. We actually went over this relay. All the sweeps went over the relay and the team managers for probably half an hour, 40 minutes, working out the best tactics on where to put the crews in each leg, knowing that the open men will be in last. And it means a hell of a lot. Not only do you have to, if you're one of the first crews, you have to get the team off to a good start. If you're one of the last crews, you have to anchor and bring them home. There's not a lot of points separating New South Wales and WA here. You heard the Queenslanders say before, all they want to do is beat New South Wales. New South Wales want to try and hang on to the win. There's a lot of races within this race. So it's going to be a really interesting event overall.
New South Wales, there we are on board the Palm Beach crew. They're going to turn to the cans here now, right alongside the Queenslanders. So that Queensland-New South Wales battle is on in earnest already. Just on the far side of them, it's the crew from WA. South Australia right next to them. Closest to the screen now is Tasmania. They will turn in 5th. And the Victorians, the crew from Lorne, they are in 6th place as we head back towards the beach. Cottesloe from WA, their reserve crew, they're currently sitting in around about 4th place. But Wilco, Queensland just got themselves in front over New South Wales at this point.
Yeah, it looks like all the crews here just pick up a tiny little wave, so they'll come in. South Australia not out of this either. They actually shocked everyone last year and come away and won this event, won the relay at the Interstate. That was a phenomenal effort from them, from their favourite alley 6. They're back in alley 6 for this year. They'll be hoping that that good luck continues.
WA and New South Wales, they're going to hit the beach first. So one of the crew members has to jump out of the boat, wade through the water and run up the beach, tag one of their next teammates, and that will signal it is time for the next crew to get underway. And it looks like WA, their sweep now heading down towards the water. The New South Wales crew not far behind them. So it is the under-19 men's from New South Wales. They are the next in the water. Picked up a win earlier today in the under-19 open men's race. So they're back in the water now, Wilco, and stroking hard as they head out to the cans.
And you saw there the bowman for each of the crew jumping out and trying to run up. That is one of the hardest things to do. You've already been racing for 2 or 3 minutes, all on the legs. All the power in these boats comes through the legs. To try and row for 2 or 3 minutes, then jump out, wade through the water, run up the beach, it's got to be one of the hardest things to do in sport.
Western Australia now. They're out in front, about a boat and a half length to New South Wales, half a boat length back to Queensland in 3rd place. And New South Wales under-19 crew from Browley in 2nd place, heading out towards the cans now, and Wilco, a much shorter race each leg than what they raced in earlier today.
That's right. The relay is only over half distance, it's a very tough distance, funnily enough. It means that you can't actually get into a nice long rhythm and just get the boat running. As soon as you get through your start sequence, once you get to full length of stroke, you're almost at the turn where you have to actually kick the boat, get it up and running again and set it up for the turn. You never find a real flat spot where you can just relax and let the boat do some of the work underneath you.
The WA got themselves a nice little lead here. But Wilco, a nice battle here as well. The under-19 New South Wales crew against the under-23s Queensland crew.
And the 19s will be relishing this. They'll really relish the opportunity to go up against an older crew and try and match them. There's actually not a lot of difference in actual speed, rowie speed, between the 19s, the 23s and even the opens. Where you have it is the experience. The technical aspects of actually rowing the boat. The A grade very, very rarely miss a beat. That's what makes it A grade. The 19s and 23s, they're still learning, but they've got a lot of power and a lot of speed there.
So Western Australia, they will hit the shore first. You know, see a nice sprint up the beach there. He will tag his teammate. So WA, a nice lead as they head back out into the water. And that is their under-23s men from North Cottesloe. They will now head out towards the Cairns. Mooloolaba representing Queensland, they're heading out now as well. But it is WA Wilco who have built themselves up a very handy lead.
That's right. Western Australia are the surprise package here. They've been outstanding all day. All the divisions of racing, they've been right up there on the lead on all of their crews. South Australia were the surprise package last year, coming away, winning the relay, beating the traditional strengths of New South Wales and Queensland. This year it looks like Western Australia have taken up that mantle and they're going right away with it here.
They certainly have. They're around about 3 boat lengths in front of the Mooloolaba crew from Queensland. But keeping pace with Mooloolaba, this New South Wales women's crew doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, that's the open women's crew from Osmere. They're actually a masters crew. They row the 140 years masters. That means that everyone in the boat has to have an average age of 35. They're doing a fantastic job to be keeping up with the under-23s and the male crews here. And when you watch WA go around that turn, they actually took 4 strokes to get around. That's the difference we were speaking about before between an A crew and an under-23s. Most open men's crew, the A-grade crews, will get around in just 2 strokes. They took 4. Although they've got the same speed as an A crew, the A crews don't miss a beat. They'll come around and they're straight out of there, and that means that there's 2 lengths there that they're actually chasing waves while the younger crews are still turning the boat.
So the WA crew, they're going to head into the beach now, and they're going to be our leaders once again. Mooloolaba from Queensland, they're going to hit the beach in second. But it is WA. This will now be their under-23 women's crew. They've got a nice handy lead here, Wilco. They're going to be very tough to pull back.
That's right. WA won their individual race this morning here. The under-23 girls, they're leading off in front of the Queensland under-23 girls. It's going to be a tough race for these girls to stay in front, but they're more than capable of doing it.
So WA and Queensland, they're our 2 crews out in front. The New South Wales under-23 men's, tactically, Wilco, up against the girls here. This is a very important road for New South Wales.
That's right. And this is where the tactics do come into it. The tactics of the overall team. Sat down, as I said, 30, 40 minutes just working out the order of events here today. We were behind. We needed a run at that final anchor leg to give the open men a chance of catching back up or to try and extend our lead. The 23 men a lot stronger, a lot faster than the 23 women, as you would expect. But these girls won't let that lead go.
Halfway through this leg, WA through the Cairns already. Queensland turn in second. New South Wales turning there in third. Probably not the best turn that they would have hoped for, but they are now catching or looking to catch the Queensland crew sitting in second place.
That's right. They would have hoped for a lot tidier turn, a lot quicker turn than that to try and peg these girls back. But it looks like there's a couple of waves building up behind them. If they can at least catch up to Queensland, there's that famous battle that we'll be trying to win that one if we can't win the race.
New South Wales versus Queensland indeed, second and third at the moment. That crew on screen though, the WA crew, the under-23 girls, what another outstanding performance by them. They're going to head towards the beach now and give WA a very, very handy lead with 2 lengths to go. It's been a great performance by the under-23 men from New South Wales, well and truly given them a chance to challenge WA. Queensland heading into the beach in third place. Well, Wilco, I better let you go. You've got to head down to sweep the open men's crew. We'll wish you the very best of luck.
Yeah, wish me luck. I'll need it.
So Grant Wilkinson, he will be the sweep, as we say, for this men's New South Wales crew that will anchor this all-important interstate relay. Again, double points on the line here. Nothing between the top 2 crews here, New South Wales and WA in the overall point score. We're back to the race now, 2 legs to go. That is the crew from South Australia. Plenty of work to do for them. But it is Western Australia out in front. They turn the Cairns first. They'll have about 3 or 4 boat lengths on New South Wales. This under-23 women's crew from Palm Beach. They will turn the cans now. As we said, about 4 boat lengths behind WA. Plenty of work to do here for New South Wales if they're going to catch them. There's the Queensland crews cheering on their teammates out in the water. And it looks like this Queensland crew have missed the turning can. Well, that is a terrible mistake by the women from Kurrawa. They're going to have to back the boat up and get themselves around this turning can. That's opened up an opportunity for South Australia. They're going to get back in front of them. Back now with our race leaders, though, the crew from WA. Another great performance by them. The girls will head up the beach now. They will tag the sweep from their next crew. A bit of a stumble there as the girl heads up to the beach, but she will tag off now to Tim McFarlane, the man who will sweep the WA men's crew. They've got themselves a little bit of a lead here. New South Wales did have a great row from their under-23 women's, but WA just heading out now. Need to do a bit of work to avoid the South Australian crew as they're heading back into the beach, but it is WA are out in front. That is South Australia. They're sitting in third place now, overtaking the Queensland crew. New South Wales in second. Grant Wilkinson sweeping this Allura crew. Can they mow down the Western Australians, who had a lead of about 4 or 5 boat lengths at various times during this race? And New South Wales are pegging them back. Western Australians, plenty of fans and plenty of support down on the beach there as they head into this final leg. New South Wales with the Allura crew. Grant Wilkinson their sweep, heading to the cans now. A very important turn this is. Who will get round this one first? And it looks like New South Wales, a fantastic turn by them, have got themselves around in first place, and they are going to well and truly challenge for this race home. The Interstate Relay. State pride on the line. The blue jerseys of New South Wales trying to kick home the New South Welshmen in this final race. Allura now have a bit of a run, picking up their rate to see if they can pull down it. If they do, it could be all over in this Interstate Challenge. And Wilco piloting Allura. They've got down this run. They have cracked it. And Wilco still barking orders at his men, wanting to get every ounce out of them as they head down to the beach. It is New South Wales who are going to take out this Interstate Relay. Wilco salutes the crowd. He knows they've got it there. What a race by New South Wales to get over Western Australia. They cross the line in first position. The Western Australians must be a little dejected after having such a great lead earlier on in this race. But take nothing away from New South Wales, a fantastic performance, and they have taken out this Interstate Relay over Western Australia. South Australia finished in third place, the Queenslanders in fourth, Tasmania finished in fifth place, picking up 4 points, and the Victorians unfortunately disqualified in this Interstate Relay. Let's go down to the beach and hear from Grant Wilkinson.
They sort of surprised us, to be honest, a little bit. We thought Queensland would be our main opposition, but full credit, we were just the anchor leg to New South Wales. All the divisions that went before us were outstanding, and they really set up the race for us to finish. So that was credit. One team, and we come away with it. We rose individual divisions and everything like that, but it's the one chance where we can really bond and really get behind each other. And it was great coming into the beach there, seeing the whole team cheering us on. It was something special.
Well, it's been a fantastic day on the beach for New South Wales, taking out this Chic Hydro Interstate Championship. 43 points over the Western Australians. They finished on 37. Queensland managed a top 3 finish. They got 27 points for the day. Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania round out the 6. With the Interstate Challenge now done, it is time for the Battle of the Ditch. Australia versus New Zealand. Grant Wilkinson joining me back in commentary. Must be a very proud moment for these crews.
Absolutely. There's no greater honour than representing your country. Doesn't matter what sport it is, put on the green and gold. In the case of New Zealand, the black with the silver fern, that's a big moment for all these athletes.
This is how the crews will line up for the Battle of the Ditch. In the men's, Tatahi Bay from New Zealand will take on Bill Gola from Australia. In the women's, it is Red Beach from New Zealand taking on Tugan, who will be wearing the green and gold. Well, both men's and women's crews on the starting line. It will be the men's who will get away first, closely followed by the women's, and that is the men's crew. Bill Gola from Sydney's Northern Beaches, a very proud moment for that surf club. as they take on Tatahi Bay representing New Zealand. Wilco, the men are away, the women will follow very shortly.
That's right, the organisers have decided to stagger the start. The conditions here pristine at the moment, but it's forecast to get up and get quite nasty later on. The swell increasing with the wind, set to hit around about 30 knots. So they've decided to just stagger the starts, get the men off first and the women to follow shortly.
It has been a great start by the Aussie crew from Bilgola. Build up about a boat length lead as they head through the gates and out towards the turning cans. The gun goes off now for the women's race, and that is Tugan Hunter crew representing the Australia here, and a very good crew here indeed, Wilco.
Absolutely, they've been outstanding. The last couple of years now they've been outstanding, but this year they've hit a whole new level and very deserving of that Australian jersey. They are outstanding. Red Beach here using one of our lure boats. Both New Zealand crews have had to borrow boats and oars coming over here. They couldn't get their equipment here. So Tatahi Bay have also borrowed a boat from Metropolitan Caloundra in Queensland.
That is our men's now. We're back with them, and Bilgola, the Aussie crew, will turn first. They've got about a boat length over New Zealand as they head back towards the beach. A great start by the Aussies.
Absolutely, and a fantastic turn. Bilgola are renowned for their turns, their speed in the turn and their speed out of the turn. They had a great start there, but they made up a lot of distance away from the New Zealand crew just on that turn.
Back now with the women's, and it is Tugan. The Aussie crew will turn first and really dominating the opening part of this race.
Yeah, you can see there, Tugan coming out of that turn. They'll really want to accelerate away from those turning boys here and stamp their authority not only on this race but on the whole Test series, show New Zealand exactly what they're dealing with.
Well, Bilgola really stamping their authority early. This is a fantastic first up performance by them, dominating the New Zealanders, and they will get over the line to take a very important 1-0 lead in this best of 3 series. We'll head now back to the women's race, and the New Zealanders just dropping off a bit of a run. But take a look at the lead now that the Aussies have got, about 3 boat lengths as they head to the beach.
Yeah, Australia powering there, but here come New Zealand. This is going to be close.
New Zealand on a runner. The Aussies in a bit of dead water. They're going to have to push all the way to the beach, and they do. The Aussies getting up in this women's race as well. 1-0 to the Aussies in both the men's and the women's.
I thought we gapped them enough, but at the end there was very close. They just jumped on a little swell and it nearly got us on the line, but we just had enough distance there between us to get through.
Wilco, a great performance by the Aussies in the men and the women in race number 1. It is all on the line now for the Kiwis.
Absolutely. Race number 2, this is a mental race. This will have very little to do with the physical capabilities of both crew. Australia want to cement an overall victory here. They want to show, again, their total dominance over New Zealand. New Zealand know that it's all on the line here. They have to win.
It's a staggered start once again here for race number 2. The men in the water. The women will follow them very shortly. But at the moment, very little between this New Zealand and Aussie crews in the men's. In the women's now, they are off, and New Zealand are heading out towards the cans. They've got plenty of work to do if they're going to keep up with this red-hot Tugan crew.
And probably not the best start from New Zealand there. The sweep wouldn't be very happy with that. In contrast, Australia looking very good. They look like they're already at full length. You see their knees bending right up. They're driving long strokes through the water, and they're going well, as too are the men here from Australia.
Yeah, we saw in race number 1, the Aussies really blew the New Zealanders out of the water, but the Kiwis really keeping with the men in race number 2.
That's exactly right. National pride is on the line here. These crews won't let one little bit go. You see both crews getting around a very quick turn there. That just shows their absolute class. Both crews deserve to be here representing their country.
They certainly do. Bilgola just in front of the turn over the team from Tatahi Bay in New Zealand. New Zealand need to get this victory if they are to stay in this contest. Back to the women's race, and what about this crew from Tugan? They were outstanding off the beach as they head around the cans now, around about a 3 boat length lead. They are going to be very, very hard to beat.
Yeah, Tugan are renowned for being fast starters. They want to get out in front. They want to basically break the hearts, break the spirit of this New Zealand crew, get out of that turn as fast as they can, and they don't want to have what happened last time where they caught a little wave from behind. And speaking of waves, Bilgola now pushing very hard to get over the top of this tiny little wave. This will set them up for a victory.
All 4 crewmen there stroking hard to get over the top of this wave, and they do. A great performance there by the Bilgola crew to get themselves on a little runner, and that will be enough to take out race number 2. An insurmountable lead, Wilco, as we go back to the women. Tugan themselves onto a little runner as New Zealand drops off. It looks like another great performance by the girls.
Yeah, Tugan pushing hard here. There's not much on offer, and again New Zealand look like they're trying to pull over that next wave. You're going to have to run this all the way through the line. If they drop off it, New Zealand will have the run on them again.
Plenty of power in the boat from Tugan as they take this one all the way to the line. They will be delighted as they get over the top of New Zealand in both the men's and the women's. 2-0 to the Aussies.
It's pretty impressive, that one. We were happy with the way we raced. They put the pressure on us then. But to be honest, the boys lifted and they gave us a good run for the money, but got them over the line.
2-0 to the men, 2-0 to the women. The Aussies are dominating this battle of the ditch. It's now to race number 3. The men in the water first once again, and Bilgola Wilco looking to make this 3-0.
That's right. What they want to do here is, again, stamp their authority. They want to show, we mentioned it before, Bilgola are a benchmark crew. They're one of those crews that everyone else measures themselves off. They want to show everyone watching here on the beach, as well as the New Zealanders they're racing, why they're the Australian representatives. And they want to win this 3-0 and make a very big statement to New Zealand.
Well, they're out in front at the moment, about a half a boat length. The women now, they're jumping into the boat for their 3rd race of this series. The Red Beach crew from New Zealand, a lot of work to do if they're going to get over this Tugan crew representing Australia. And Wilco, we can see it looks like that wind's turned around a little bit tricky conditions for both of these crews as they head out to the Cairns.
Yeah, since the last race, the wind has definitely picked up. And as mentioned before, it's forecast to hit up over 30 knots. So organisers opted for the staggered start. Not the best for trying to keep track of where the boats are on both the men and the women, but at least it'll get the racing over and done with before it becomes unraceable.
Bilgola representing the Aussies in the men. They will turn first in this 3rd and final race. They get around there nicely, as do the Kiwis. Can they find something else in the tank to get over the top of this all-powerful Aussie crew? The case also in the women's race. Red Beach with plenty of work to do if they're going to mow down Tugan. But Wilco, it's been a dominant performance by both the Aussie crews.
And the Tugan girls out in front here, very powerful. You can see the difference at the start, the power through the legs. And they're going to run away with this and really enjoy that run home.
Well, running away with it is exactly what Bilgola has done. They are miles out in front of New Zealand. They've got themselves onto a runner, and they will enjoy this last few moments of this race. 3-0 victory by the Bilgola crew representing Australia here this afternoon at Stockton Beach. And what an outstanding performance by the Aussie men, completely dominating New Zealand as we head back to the women, and Tugan out in front now. They're going to enjoy this row home as well. Not so much the Kiwis. They've done it tough here this afternoon here at Stockton Beach.
They've been beaten by a better crew, the girls from Red Beach, but full credit to them. They've raced all of these races all the way to the line. They have never given up. Even this 3rd and final race, they're still going hard. They know they've been beaten, but they don't want to let Australia get away with a total dominance over them.
Well, they've been beaten by a very, very good crew here this afternoon in Tugan. 3-0 victory for the girls from Tugan, and they will lap it up as they head over the line. Smiles all round for them. Let's take a look at the official results for the Battle of the Ditch. In the men, it was Bilgola over Tahi Bay by 3 races to 0. And in the women's, the Tugan girls representing Australia, they defeated Red Beach again by 3 races to 0.
I think that race was probably as important as the first two. I really wanted to, we really wanted to show how good we are, Australia. So it was pretty. That's one we really wanted to win, just to knock them right out. It's great.
The boys rode really brilliantly, actually, and I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud they've rode so well for their country too, and their club.
Wilco, that wraps up an outstanding day of representative racing here at Stockton Beach.
That's right, and to represent your country, to represent your state in any sport, there's no greater honour, and full credit to all of these athletes out here today.
Well, Grant Wilkinson, it's been great to work alongside you for a fantastic day of racing. I'm Glenn Hawke. Thanks for joining us for this Chic Hydro Interstate Teams Challenge presented by Lucky Smart Snacks.